Hey, you, quick question. When you're working in Snowflake, are you mostly sticking to SQL?
Yeah, if that's the case, you might actually be missing out on quite a bit of what Snowflake can do now.
It's true. Snowflake isn't just the data warehouse anymore. It's really become this end-to-end platform for data science.
Exactly. Think about how it used to be. You'd have to pull these massive data sets out of Snowflake,
Right, move them somewhere else entirely, like onto your local machine or another server.
build your models there,
Yeah.
train them, and then figure out how to push those results or the model itself back into the workflow. It was cumbersome.
Cumbersome is putting it mildly. It could seriously slow things down. We're talking days, maybe even weeks sometimes.
Totally. And that friction, that delay, it's a huge bottleneck for getting insights into production.
But that's what's changing, isn't it? The idea now is that data scientists can actually do pretty much the whole life cycle. The building, the training, even deploying models directly inside Snowflake.
That's the key shift. It's all happening in one place.
Yeah. Which just sounds like a game changer for efficiency. And, probably for career paths, too. Faster AI outcomes, bigger business impact.
Definitely. So you're probably thinking, okay, what are these specific Snowflake capabilities making this possible?
Exactly. Let's dig into that. What's under the hood?
Okay, well, a really big one is Snowpark. Fundamentally, it lets you use languages. Data scientists already love Python, Java, Scala.
Your standard toolkit.
Right. And you use them to build your machine learning pipelines, but you do it right where the data is already sitting in Snowflake.
So no more that painful data export step. No more juggling different environments just to train a model.
Precisely. And, for Python folks, it comes integrated with Anaconda, which is huge.
Yeah.
Access to all those libraries.
Okay, that's a major plus, and I assume it's secure, running within Snowflake's boundaries.
Absolutely. It executes securely within the database. So Snowpark is really foundational if you're serious about modern data science on Snowflake.
Makes sense. What else? I've heard about some AI features too.
Yeah, so then you've got Cortex AI and Snowflake ML. You can think of these as like pre-built functionalities or models for common tasks.
Okay, so less building from scratch.
Exactly. You do some sales forecasting.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe anomaly detection on sensor data, even sentiment analysis on customer reviews.
Right.
Cortex AI provides functions for a lot of that kind of out of the box or with minimal configuration. Snowflake ML gives you more traditional ML modeling tools within the platform.
That sounds incredibly useful for getting value quickly, especially for those, common but high impact use cases.
It really is. And another key strength, often overlooked, is how Snowflake handles different types of data. I'm not just talking neat rows and columns anymore.
You mean like JSON, XML, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Semi-structured data like JSON, XML, Avro,
Right.
but also unstructured data like free text. Snowflake can ingest and query all of that.
So you can build models using a much richer set of features, pulling insights from, say, customer feedback text alongside their purchase history.
Precisely. It opens up a lot more possibilities than just structured data alone.
Okay, so you build these richer models inside Snowflake using Snowpark or maybe Cortex AI. But models drift, right? How do you keep them up to date?
Good question. That's where automation capabilities like streams and tasks come in. Streams can track changes to your data.
Like new rows being added.
Exactly. And tasks let you schedule SQL statements or, importantly, Snowpark code to run automatically. So you can set up pipelines that say retrain your model every night
Right.
or whenever significant new data arrives via a stream.
So you're building automated MLOps pipelines directly within Snowflake.
You got it. Keeping models fresh and relevant. And one more piece, sometimes you need external data, right? Market trends, demographic info.
Yeah, data that's not already in your warehouse.
So the Snowflake Marketplace and its secure data sharing features make it really easy to access and integrate third-party data sets without physically moving or copying them.
Okay, putting it all together. Snowpark, Cortex AI, handling diverse data, automation, external data. It really feels like the data scientist role is shifting.
It absolutely is. Less about just being a data user who analyzes things offline.
And more about being a solution builder who deploys and maintains intelligent systems within the platform itself.
Think about that contrast. Old way, SQL query, export data, analyze externally, maybe create a static report or dashboard.
Yeah, the insights might get back eventually.
Right. New way, use Snowpark for complex processing, maybe leverage Cortex AI for a quick predictive model,
Yeah.
automate retraining with streams and tasks, maybe even enrich with marketplace data, all orchestrated inside Snowflake.
That's moving from analysis to operationalization. And for businesses, the benefits seem clear. faster time to value for AI.
Better governance because the data doesn't have to leave the platform as much, potentially lower TCO, and ultimately deeper, more integrated insights driving decisions.
And what about for the professionals, the data scientists themselves?
Well, look, learning these skills, Snowpark, understanding Cortex AI, automation, it makes you much more valuable. It positions you for promotions, potentially higher pay, and more strategic roles, right?
Sure.
Building things that directly impact the business operations. Exactly. You're not just analyzing the past, you're building the future of the business's intelligence.
So the takeaway seems pretty clear. If you're a data scientist using Snowflake, moving beyond just SQL is really essential now.
It is. And if you're leading a data team, making sure your team has these skills should be a top priority. It's a strategic advantage.
It definitely changes the landscape.
It really does. And, it makes you think, as these platforms get even more capable, integrating more and more of the AI lifecycle, what does the data scientist role look like in, say, 5 years?
That's a great question. Will we see even more specialization? Or will everyone need this broader end-to-end skill set?
It's something worth pondering, right? What skills will be truly critical? Definitely something for you, the listener, to think about and maybe explore further.